That's nice. Oh, hello there. Yeah, I'm just practicing my favorite strokes. What's that? You want to learn these strokes too? Well, you're in luck. My name is JJ, and I'm the canoe lord of this place. And I'm going to teach you how to canoe. But first, we're going to start with the basics, like the parts of the paddle, parts of the canoe, loading of the canoe into the water, and also sizing of the life jacket. Let's get into it. Now we're going to go over parts of the paddle. This whole thing is called a paddle. It is not an oar. An oar don't have these nice little T-grips. Here's a better example of a T-grip. See? Look at that. Now, so, this is a paddle. Now, the paddles actually have different parts. This right here, the very tip of it, is called the tip. Pretty easy. This part is called the blade. This is the throat, the shaft, and the grip. The grip. Let's do that really fast, and you guys at home are going to say it with me. Tip, blade, throat, shaft, grip. Grip, shaft, throat, blade, tip. Got it? Sweet. Now, proper sizing of the paddle. Put it on your toe. This one is way too short for me. What is a good size for me, you may be saying, because I'm massive. This one is pretty good. What you want is when it's on your toe, between your collarbone and your chin. That's the way I like it. If you get, some people like it shorter, some people like it longer. It's kind of a preference, but I like it this height, and that's a good way to start. Now, there are a lot of rules when it comes to paddles, and there's proper use of it and also not proper use of it. One big rule is the tips do not belong in sand. You shove this thing in the sand, what happens is that it gets really wrecked. It gets really wrecked, and then you get paddles that look like this, really wavy, and that wrecks it hardcore. See, I'm gonna bring it up. You see it? Nice, and it's really wavy. It's not good. So, tips in the sand, no go. Another thing, actually this is a good example too. Grips in the sand, also a really bad idea, because they get all marked up, and then when you're on long canoe trips, you get blisters so easily. It's bad news. Bad news bear. So, just a good rule of thumb is just no parts of the paddle should be in the sand at any point. Not even like pushing off rocks, nothing like that. If you're going to have it in your hand, just put it on your toe. It's the best way. If you want to put it somewhere, set it down, like on grass or a canoe or something like that. Do not put it in the sand. Hey! Hey, what are you doing? Hey, stop that! I got you now! Yeah!
Okay. I won't do it again.
Let's go over sizing the life jacket. Does this one fit me? You guys at home, tell me if these next two life jackets fit me. Does it fit me? Does it seem pretty good? Well, no, you're wrong. It doesn't fit me at all. It comes right over my head. That's not good. You don't want that. Now, how about this one? Oh, this one's not coming over my head. It's pretty good. Does it fit me? No, it doesn't fit me. It's much too small. Help her. Oh, thank you. Let's go over one that does fit me. This one right here. Look at that. I could do the buckles up perfectly. One buckle, two buckle, three buckle. Look at that. Nice and good. Fits me good. But these straps are not done up. That's an issue. Those things have to be tight and snug to your body. That's like hugging you. It's like a nice hug. And then once those are done up, snug, like your mama's giving you a hug, and you test. This is the test. You grab the shoulders and you put it. Can you lift it? Does it go over your ears? This one doesn't. So this one fits me and is safe for me to use. Now, it is important that you guys use all the straps and buckles that are on the life jacket. They are there for a reason. All right? Cool. Oh, hey there. Now it's time to learn the parts of the canoe. I'm going to start on this end and work my way this way. So, this very end piece is called the tip. This is the tip of the canoe. This rope right here is called the painter. And what it's used for is when you need to tie your canoe up or tie your bags through the canoe. All right? It's all good. Anything really you need a rope for. This right here, this is called the deck or the cap. What the cap does, it protects the fiberglass edging from the sun and water. Okay? This right here is called a handle. This is where you would be grabbing the canoe when we're doing a briefcase carry or something like that. Right here, this whole part of the canoe is called the bow. And this is called the bow seat. And now you can tell it's a bow compared to the stern over there, is that there's a lot of legroom facing the tip. Alright? Tip of the canoe. This right here is called the thwart. Thwart keeps the canoe from being all wiggly and waggly. And it's just not good. If you ever canoe without a thwart, it's not very good. This is called a yoke. And the yoke kind of acts the same as a thwart, but it has one special characteristic is where you can use it for solo portaging. Pretty awesome. This right here is black trim. It goes all the way around the canoe. It's called the gunnels. Pretty nice. Another thwart. This part of the canoe is called the stern. And this is where you steer. Pretty easy to remember, stern, steer. This is the stern seat. And how you can tell the difference between the stern and the bow is look at all, there's not much leg room towards the tip. Alright? This is another handle, another painter, another deck or a cap, and the tip again. And there's another line, another part that I'm going to tell you. It's the imaginary line that runs right down the middle of the canoe. And it's called the midline. Really important. And also, the outside's called the hull. And yeah, there's some other things. Follow me, cameraman. On this canoe, it has a midline, but it has something else running down it. This is called the keel. And what it does, it just keeps the canoe straighter when you're canoeing. And that's all the basic parts of the canoe. Alright, now we're going to load the canoe into the water. And for this one, you're going to need a partner. Right, partner?
Right, partner.
Alright, let's do it. This takes communication and just a little bit of strength, not a whole lot. So what you want to do is have one person on one side of the canoe, one person on the other. And then you grab the handles, make sure it's a handle, and you go, alright, 3, 2, 1, pick up. Legs only. Now, you start walking, normal walking. If you ever, at any point, one of you guys get tired, make sure you say, hey, I need a break. You need a break?
Hey, I need a break.
Okay, let's put it down. Because you don't want to scrape the bottom of the canoe along the sand. That's a no-go. Alright? Ready to keep going?
I'm ready.
Alright, pick it up again. And then we're going to go to the water. And if you don't want your feet to get wet, you can do something called hand over hand. We go like that. Grab your hand. Hand over hand. Hand over hand. And once the tip's in the water, it's pretty easy. Go all the way in. And then there we go. Now the canoe is in the water. Now, when loading the canoe, it's important to not do something called bridging. And that's when you can see light underneath the canoe when putting the canoe in the water. And what happens is that there's nothing for the canoe to be supported on, such as like the water. So when you step in it, there's nothing for, it's just the canoe supporting your foot, and you can crack your canoe, and that's no go. To avoid this, you put your canoe all the way in the water, and that way when you stand there, the water is helping keep the canoe nice and sturdy. Alright, now we're going to load into the canoe. So what we're going to do is make sure the canoe is not bridging, like I said. Put it in the water all the way, and then we're going to sit on it, stabilize it, and then while my partner gets in, she's going to get in, have her feet along the midline. That's the center of it, remember? Slide her hands along the gunnels, and then once she gets to her seat, she can turn around and say, okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, and then I'm going to get in, one foot on the midline, and I'm going to push offshore. And I'm going to turn around and sit. So, let's say you're in the water, and you're about to flip. You go, whoa! You know what you do? You keep your hips nice and loose. Don't worry about anything. You don't want to do is grab the gunnels. When you're tipping, you don't want to grab the gunnels.
Grab the gunnels?
No! Alright, Grace, have a good trip.
Okay. Wait! I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to control this.
Exactly. You don't know how to control it, but we're going to learn that next video. Bye, Grace.
Wait!
See ya. Bon voyage.
You're just gonna leave me here?
Yeah.